I'm shocked they gave him the money so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they would at least took the wait and see approach. Seeing that maybe another team was interested, or
Yeah.
that's interesting.
But at least with that, you can at least say right now that, well, they did identify their guy.
Right.
And I guess you can, if there's something right there to give to them, that's got to be that.
Right.
So they've identified their guy, and pretty much, I guess, they might want to try to keep McCown. Is there any way you think McCown comes back, or does he go to another team?
I think he's gonna stay. I think he'll stay.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll make sure he stays, considering how injury prone Jay Cutler is.
Right. They have to. They have to keep. They have to keep him somehow. So yeah. So pretty much, I think that's going to be really the case right there. Um, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and put it out to that point. Um, I guess when we come back, we'll take ourselves another minute break, and when we come back, we'll talk about what's going on in the NBA. Eastern Conference still not too good right now. West is pretty good right now too. But we'll give you here some of the big news, especially an injury that might shape up the playoff race for at least the time being. We'll be right back with the Gafford and Brown Show. All right, we're right back with the Gafford and Brown Show, and like we said here, we have tapped ourselves two pretty good ones here. Once again, if you're trying to get on and call us here, call us at 408-657-0506 and get your voice heard on the show. Also, we're talking about right now, what's going on in the NBA, and well, looks like right now we have ourselves a big time injury here with Chris Paul being hurt. He's going to be hurt for for 6 weeks. I'll say the Clippers, they'll probably keep it up here, but how far do you think they can be able to stay the course here?
You said right now. Earlier we talked. You said they were at 4, right?
Yes, 4.
I think they'll at least slide maybe to 5 or 6 without Chris Paul. But I mean, it's still early, and with the way. Okay, Phoenix is going to be in the playoff race.
Right.
I think that towards the end of the season, I think they still can clinch 5th, maybe 6th. By year's end. They have enough talent. They have Carlson, who's going to come in and probably start now. You still have Blake Griffin. You still have Jordan. You still have that bench. I think they'll be all right for the time being. But will they have some struggles? Yeah. Chris Paul's a very big piece to their team, but I think they'll be fine enough to remain in the playoff race and remain a pretty decent seed.
Right, they'll still be competitive. Of course, they'll still be competitive. They got Doc. Doc is pretty much their coach. If it would have been Vinny Del Negro, I think I would have been a little bit more worried if I'm a Clipper fan. But you got yourself at least a good caliber coach here that can help out this team too.
Right.
So they'll be all right. Like you said, they'll probably drop to 5th or 6th whenever he comes back in the lineup. Because, like you said, Chris Paul is pretty much one of the best, if not the best point guard in the game. He's right up there. So, that kind of does shape up the landscape a little bit. But, I think they'll be 5 or 6 or something like that. This would be the point in the time, if I'm the Warriors, for me to try to if I want to take that division, this is the time.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely the time to step up and show people why people are picking them. Probably to go to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
They're having one of the best seasons. Or at least for Steph Curry statistically, I think he leads the league in scoring now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely time for them to step up and do that. You also look at a team like Minnesota. This is your time now for them to start winning more games to try to make a push. To get in the race. Dallas, they could secure a spot. More so if they could get on a hot streak. So teams like those at the bottom right now, are hanging on to the bottom. Need to try and make a push right now.
Right, and this is again those times here too that. Normally, this is January, this is February as well, where the top teams really do kind of play a little bit down to their competition because middle of the season's kind of shaky here and there too. So if somebody can really steal some games out there, they can pretty much put themselves in that position. Right now, the West is going like this. The Thunder would be number 1. The Spurs are number 2. Trailblazers are number 3. Number 4, the Warriors. Right now, since they won tonight, the Clippers actually now slipped to that 5, but I think I'll go ahead and say they're top 4. 6 is the Rockets, 7 is the Suns, and 8 are the Mavericks. Right now. Surprise of the season here. Better surprise, yeah. I guess we can agree.
Couldn't be a better surprise. Nobody expected that. People in Portland, I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge expected them to be this good and have such a huge spot. I mean, what are they, number 3?
2? No, 3.
3, yeah, 3 behind the Spurs.
Yes.
That's amazing to say they didn't even make the playoffs last year, and now they're number 3 in the West. Will they hold on to that 3rd spot? Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? There's a lot can happen, but I'm confident that they probably could, or at least slide to 4th, baby. If that was happen. But I'm interested in this story. I'm interested in the development of it. I think you have to put. I think coach of the year right now. There's 3 teams. Well, 3 coaches. I think you have Dwayne Casey in Toronto, who deserves a shout out for coach of the year. The Portland Trailblazers coach, and some people might question this, but I think I can't remember his name, but whoever is coaching, is it Bradley in Boston?
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens in Boston, yeah. He's my dark horse for coach of the year as well. Even though they're not exactly winning a lot.
Yeah,
but,
they're much better than what a lot of people thought they were. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, this guys. If those those have to be their top 3 right there. I'd probably even add the Suns coach right now. Yes, yeah, I would add him into that mix right now because he has the Suns. I don't think the Suns are going to keep that playoff spot, but if they're like right around that 9 spot, he has to at least get some consideration.
Yeah, he has to get a vote at least because not many people expect them to be that competitive this year, especially with them hauling some of their talent, letting people go, moving pieces here and there. They're giving Bledsoe that contract. A lot of people didn't expect him to come out the gate like this, but I mean they're here.
Mhm.
So it's impressive.
Yes, it really is. I guess another good one here too is um, going also to the East right now. The playoff rankings is pretty much a train wreck right now here, but the Pacers are number one, the Heat are number two, three would be the Hawks, four would be the Raptors. After that are a lot of teams that are under 500. Um, we are pretty much having the Wizards at five, and they're 14 and 17. At six, it would be the Bulls, 14 and 18. At seven, it would be the Bobcats at 15 and 20, and at eight, it would be the Pistons at 14 and 20. My goodness, this is a train wreck.
Yeah, it's horrible. I think that's probably how it's going to end. Maybe Brooklyn can sneak in there
Mm-hmm.
if they get on the hot streak, but I think it might end like that. I can't think of any other team coming up. Boston and Brooklyn maybe the only two teams I can see sneaking in there, maybe knocking two of those teams up. But other than that, I think it might go that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see Charlotte winning, though. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy too because but all the times here for them, and I've heard but all times for them to want to try to go out there and get good, they want to go ahead and get good at the at the at the worst opportune time. I mean, here they are, they're bad all the time before this draft.
Right.
And now, when you get to have possibly one of the most talented drafts out there, and now you're going out there and possibly trying to make the playoffs, I don't know.
Yeah, it's something. But, I mean, this is what Michael Jordan wants. So he wants a winning team out there. So he's getting it.
Right. Well, have you seen their new logo with the Hornets?
I've seen several, but I haven't seen the definitive one.
Right.
I've seen a couple Buzz City things.
Let's take a look at that 1 minute because it's nice to see them come all the way back here.
Yeah, I think that I wish the same could be done with New Orleans and the Jazz name, but hey, that's how life goes.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Once we can get that once we can find those right there. But yes, it's nice to see those, and it's kind of once again we'll kind of go back to the '90s here with just looking at those teal jerseys,
right,
and the starter jackets and stuff like that. Here is the logo, by the way.
That's neat. Yeah, that's one of the ones I saw. I like it. The Buzz City. Yeah. Do they have jersey? Don't have any definitive jerseys, do they? Or?
Not yet. They'll probably come. Those will probably come in about, I'd say, maybe during the summer next year.
Yeah, well, it's good to see it back though.
But it's pretty nice to see those here.
Yeah, and I'm glad. It works both. It works best for New Orleans and Charlotte.
Right. So, a lot of people, I guess, again, not too many people really were thinking about the Bobcats name.
No, because it was mostly named after Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson,
yes.
Bobcats, so, and they ran with it as well as they could. So.
Mm-hmm. But at least you got a chance to bring back a name.
Yeah,
right there.
and then they're winning, and you bringing back something that the people of Charlotte remember, so it might increase sales and merchandise and overall fan appeal.
Right. So, there's always that too. Also going through some of the other stuff here, across with the NBA. Andrew Bynum.
So where do you think he's gonna land?
Right now the Cavs and the Lakers are thinking about making a trade here, trading Powell for Bynum. And I don't know what they're going to do with Bynum, but Bynum might get released, I guess.
Yeah, he might get released. Yeah, it's mostly a cap space deal for the Lakers. And they also want Cleveland to throw in, I don't want to mispronounce his name, Dion Waiters.
Yes.
They want him as well, but I think Cleveland's kind of being stubborn with that. They don't want to give that much for him in this trade because it's really a cap dump off.
Mm-hmm.
And Gasol, he's gonna. I think he would work well with that Cleveland team right now. I don't know how far Cleveland is out the playoffs. I think the record's kind of bad, but at the same time, with Vera being